Hello, hola, salud. So my topic is physical development milestone. What is physical development? So physical development basically are changes which happen from birth to adulthood. So it simply affects their gross motor and fine motor skills development too at the same time. Child development. So the ability to control or move through complex courses in life. And people oftenly confuse or mistakenly understood that development is as equal as growth. But here I would like to stress that when I say development, it means that the child's skill and muscles are to develop, and for growth basically is the child's size. So let's see what is development milestones. So basically, development milestones is about the functions which improves as they ages up and able to do or complete complex tasks. So as you can see in the moving picture, it shows that the baby would require or it would acquire more skills and also more attention in order for them to develop into a fully functioning child. So child's development is unique. So let's see, the first one, milestones in terms of months. So the first is 3 months old. The baby will start to smile and interact more with us. However, they would love to interact with us as they recognize the scent of primary caregivers. So when parents hug their child, their babies, they would give out a scent where the babies would remember the scent. So as they progress to 5 months old, the baby would weigh double and they loves to roll around and copy expression. So in between 3 to 5 months, they would already learn how to crawl by using their elbow as body support. So here they would learn how to roll aside so that they can move around the house freely rather than having to move around as in crawling. So as they progress through 7 months old, the baby would love to crawl and to explore spaces, and they would start eating solid food. So at 7 months old, they were able to sit up straight already, and now they can crawl much faster and they can explore more spaces than before. And as they move to 10 months old, they would already know how to differentiate between colors. So their brain development now are being developed further, and they could start speaking small terms, for example mama and dada. And now they require less sleep than before as they need more time in order to help their brain develop. They could do simple tasks, for example when you give them blocks in colors, and then maybe you can teach them this is blue, this is red, and this is yellow. So you can ask them to put them all together accordingly to their colors. And now we move on to milestones in terms of years. So at the age of 4 years old, they focus on brain development the most, as now they learn how to complete puzzles, to complete tasks. They learn how to imagine things. They learn how to experience things on their own. They learn how to ask questions, how to receive one. And they would learn and start to think about their future. What would they like to be when they grow up? And as the age gets older, at 6 years old, they would be able to tell time, and also their skills are upgraded. Here, they are already learning how to communicate with one another, and then they could use that skill in order to play around with friends. They could play games, they could play throw and catch, they could draw, they could tell time, and then they could control this skill in order to use them at a specific time and also events. And as they move to 9 years old, they would have preferences and aware of their surrounding. Now they would be able to have small friends and how they should express their emotions, their anger, their confusion, and also the things that their friends have, for example phones and such. So now when they move to 12 years old, their body would have developed, more, and they are going to be complex in terms of thinking and also attitude, and they are going to have interest on opposite gender, and they are going to have a more critical thinking onto things that they can think of. For example, about the laws, about the things that they learn in school. If they hadn't been able to do so, what would be the cause and what would be the effect? So all these things would be playing on their minds, and also they will have an interest in terms of clothing, and also their attitude, it would have changed. Developmental delay. So when the child couldn't support their weight, it shows hints that their development are being delayed by a certain set of criteria. And also when they cannot lift their head and neck at the same time, that should be the main highlight that you should seek a doctor. And lastly is that when the child couldn't walk properly, as in they are going to wobble through their stage, as in the hands would be wobbling here and there, the legs are not going to be on a specific route. So what are the causes of delay? So the first one, it should be gene hereditary, where you can see from the moving picture that when the genes are going to be distributed through 4 categories, the one should be a whole lot different than the other. So this is what we call as gene hereditary. And pregnancy complication, so it could happen before and after. Premature birth, so when we are saying premature birth, it means that the child or the baby have given birth to before than the expected pregnancy date. And last but not least is that genetic defects. As we can see from the moving picture, it shows that their genes could have been taken off or been cut off or been changed with something different. And motor development. First one, perceptual. They gather senses to explore world around them and develop awareness of their bodies. So they are going to question, to learn more. So gross motor, it improves stability in doing physical activities through movement of all parts of bodies. And it helps in making friends, as in building their confidence when they can show off their strength in front of their new friends. So fine motor skills. So it uses small muscles in body to execute hands-on skills where the ability to manipulate small objects really shows. So they can start to push small objects. They can use small items such as brushes, pencils to draw, and so on. And the motor dysfunction. Okay, so basically, gross motor is the difficulty to locate body center and keeping track while moving. It might be that weak body development and disorder that hinders growth and development. So basically, they couldn't even stand straight and also handle their centers of gravity. So they don't have a good center of gravity, hence they couldn't walk around freely and also turn their body well. And last but not least is fine motor skills dysfunction, is where troubles to handle fine things and unable to develop self-help skill. Plus, weak handle from both hand and feet. It's hard to ride and even wear shoes. So all in all, we have to be careful that when we talk about development, it should mean that their skills and their bodies are going to change in a very great term. So we as parents, we have to be careful and we have to be by their side as they progress through their changes to make sure that all the changes are going to be good. Thanks, danke, gracias, and I hope that you'll find this topic is interesting. Special thanks to the graphic from Very Well, dribble.com, CDC, healthychildren.org, and Khan Academy Kids.